a deponent verb from each conjugation, and I'll just work on conor to begin. So conor, conari, conatus. So as you consider that, conor looks just like, so if you had woco, right, woco I call, wocor I am called, so an ordinary passive would be the or ending there. So this is your first singular present. Just like always, it's just passive. What's the conari?
Isn't that the passive infinitive?
Right, that's the present passive infinitive. So where you normally would have woco, wocare, now you're going to have conor, conari. So this is the present passive infinitive.
But it doesn't translate passive.
Right,
No.
it translates active. So maybe I should put the word passive in parentheses or quotation marks or something there. It's really deponent, right? It looks passive, but it's going to behave active. So if you can just get that little phrase in your head, looks passive, acts active, then you'll be fine.
So when you say it has active forms but passive meanings, that doesn't mean that you translate it passive, you translate active?
Well, first I didn't say that. I said it has passive forms and active meanings.
Oh. It just says laid aside active forms and passive meanings.
Because
So it lays
it
aside
doesn't
the-
have those.
Yeah. Oh, so it's this flip flop.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
passive
the whole
forms,
point.
active
The whole
meanings.
point of being deponent is that it's taken its active forms and put them somewhere over there, and its passive meanings and put them somewhere over there, and we never use those. So all we have left is passive forms and active meanings. Wait. So then you go over here, and this is your perfect, and again, passive, indicative. Which principal part did we lose? Because normally it was woco, wocari, wocali, wocatus. Who went away?
Perfect. For the third principal part.
We lost our third principal part. Why did we lose it? What's his real name? The real name of the third principal part is perfect active indicative. And we don't need anything active because we're only using passive forms in a deponent verb, so he went away too, third principal part. So it's a little bit like having a first principal part, a second principal part, and a fourth principal part. So once you have it, you can start looking at what to do with it. Let's see if we have the courage to make a synopsis of one of these. Synopsis of a deponent. Okay, so I'm going to go, just for the sake of ease, I'm going to go third singular. Okay, so aristour, so that would be conatur. Conor means try, so what's conatur?
He tries.
He tries.
Yeah.
She tries, it tries.
Yeah. Oh, this isn't bad as long as you memorize like which ones aren't like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
okay.
You don't have to learn any new forms. It's all stuff you already have in your tool pack. It's just you have to learn how to use it in another way. Alright, so that's present. We're gonna go to imperfect. Imperfect is gonna be, what are we gonna need to add to get to imperfect? Just like always.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna add the BA. So we're going present stem, add the VA. And then Ella, can you translate?
She was trying, or she tried.
Right. Future. I'm gonna create future third singular.
Conabitur.
So So remember, we didn't get to use those very much. It was bor, bears, bitur, bimor, bimini, buntur. We only use those, Evan, in which conjugations?
First and second.
First and second. Only first and second get to use bor, bears, bitur. You get to third, you have to do ar, eris, atur, amor, amini, entur, because the active of that was am, ace, et, amus, atus, ent. So kona bitur, she will try. Perfect. I'm going to go behind me over here. Michaela, what do you think we could do for perfect?
So since we don't have a third principal part,
Right, we don't have any
Go
third
to-
principal part, so we will not use the third principal part. So what must we do?
go to the fourth principal
We'll
part?
go to the fourth principal part, and so we'll use konat. But wait a minute, I've been doing she all the way down, and this is konatus, so we should change it to konata, and then we should change sum to, I heard it,
Yes.
est. Change it to est for perfect tense, because it's a present linking verb to go with your perfect passive participle if you're going to make perfect tense. Just like page 205.
Yeah.
Right?
Why don't you go to fui? Because is it like
That's pluperfect.
That's too much.
oh.
We'll do that in a minute.
It wouldn't be.
Well, we won't actually get to use fui. We'll get to use
I
that.
thought-
Oh, that's a
Where
helping.
wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
And then fui went with perfect.
They do for linking
They're wrong,
verbs.
Sorry.
You're doing linking verbs.
Okay, so why do you go sum? Why do you do the sum one versus another one?
Can I reference you to page 205? So, all we're doing. Tell me when you got 205.
Okay.
Do you see the orange box there?
Yep.
Yep. So all I'm doing is I'm using my fourth principal part plus sum, or my fourth principal part plus eram, or my fourth principal part plus ero.
Oh wow, I don't even remember that.
Oh, well, you should remember that.
Okay.
And so we're just using that in a slightly different way. Joey, I need a translation.
She tried.
Right. Okay. And then I go to pluperfect. Allison, do you have enough sparkle left this morning to figure out pluperfect?
Konata erat.
Right. Great job. And what should we do for that? Still Allison.
She had tried.
She had tried. And let's finish with Evan.
Future perfect.
Future perfect.
Konata.
Right, because it needs that future component to get future perfect. And then we'll do she will have tried. Okay. How do you feel about that?
As long as you memorize the words, it'd be
Right.
okay.
So you have to memorize whether it's a deponent or not. That's the key. So when you learn one of these, learn the fact that it's a deponent. Okay. So we're gonna go to the bottom of 307 for a minute. And I just want to study through the principal parts by conjugation. So I've taken you through conor, I attempt, conari, to attempt, conatus sum, I attempted. And then I'm going to give 4 of you an opportunity to do that same thing with the next verb. So I'll let Emma do second conjugation. So say the principal part and provide the meaning.
Where your I fear, where a to fear, where to soon he feared.
I feared.
I fear.
Yeah, or in your case, where it's assume, I feared. Okay, we're going to straight thirds. Ella.
Sequor, I follow, sequi to follow, sequi to soon, I follow.
Great, thank you so much. Evan, third aisle.
Patior, I suffer. Pati to suffer. Pasus, I suffer.
Right. And Joey, last one.
Longior, I bestow. Longiri, To bestow, largi to sum, I bestowed.
So those are the principal parts of normal deponent verbs. I don't think I've ever seen any irregular deponents. Well, like profici score is a little tricky.
A little fancy.
Okay. Next page. So, I'm going to set up the whiteboard for the next thing that we're doing. I want you to try. Look at 308B at the top, and at the top is important because there's 3 B's on 208. 308B, the first one. See if you can create the forms for the first 4 of those. The shall I try, have I tried, he will follow, we will set up. See if you can do those, and then I'll set up for the next part. Okay. Let's find out what you said for your 4 forms there. The first question was, shall I try? I will start with Michaela.
Kona Borne.
Kona Borne is correct. Well done. Have I tried? Joey?
Konatus eratne? I wasn't sure if
Let
it
me
was
think.
Was that, huh?
Well, it's an I form, so it can't be a rot.
Aramne.
Konatus. Aram would get
Would
you
it be
pluperfect.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Sumne?
Konatus sumne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Konatus sumne. Or Konata sumne if you were female. He will follow. Anybody good for that one? He will follow.
I got sequet. Because don't you have to go to ace at?
That's active.
Oh,
That's
you
an
don't
active
want
form.
that.
Or
Oh.
aerosate
So what did you get, Evan?
sequatur.
Sequatur. He will follow. Yep. Ella, we will set out.
Proficus.
Proficis. Camor. Because it's we, right? Amor, Amity, Entor. So Proficis Camor. Alright. So these will take some. If you were at all sloppy about how you learned your passives the first time around, these will take a little bit of redoing. But it's all the same stuff, just used differently. Okay. Are you ready for me to go to participles? Michaela.
Question for you. So why exactly, what's the point of learning the deponent verbs if it's the same thing as the other one? Like, why do they have deponent verbs?
Do you remember on my policy guide how I always said
Why
if
does Latin?
you're gonna have a why does Latin do this, you're gonna have to go find yourself an ancient Roman,
Okay.
because nobody told us why they did it this way, only that sometimes they did it this way. So you have to learn your patior or your profici score and your sequor and so forth. All right, participles of deponent verbs. Allison, name me one kind of participle.
Present active.
Okay, so there's a present active participle. So all we're trying to do right now is we're trying to name participles that we know exist. Evan, another kind of participle.
Perfect passive.
Okay, and Emma, isn't there another one?
Future active.
There's a future active participle. Okay, then we'll move on to, if you read through the stuff about them on page 308, Naomi, read about the where it says deponent verbs have.
Deponent verbs have all the participles of regular verbs. There is one difference in translation. The perfect participle of the deponent verb is the exact equivalent of the English active participle, conatus, having tried. It must not be translated having been tried.
Okay, because remember they don't have any passive meanings. They have active forms and they have passive forms and active meanings. So let's take what they said. So I've got a, whoops, wrong one. Conatus aum would mean having tried. What would the present active participle, what would the present one look like? You'd have to take your present stem and then you'd have to add the ending system for participles present.
Locons?
Right. Except that the verb's conor.
Oh, conons. Yeah.
Conons, right.
Yeah.
So, don't be concerned, Allison. I'm just incredibly impressed at how well you're doing one day after a huge long trip. With how many young people was it on the trip?
60-ish.
60
Well,
to
young
70.
people would be like 50-ish, but
What?
you count young people.
I
plus
thought there was like
chaperones.
70 people.
There were a lot of us.
Yeah.
Right, there's a lot of you on a long trip, getting along with everybody,
Yeah.
sleeping in a different bed every night. That's craziness. Alright,
Actually, we
so-
stayed in 2 hotels for 2 nights.
That must have been a
At some
blessing.
points.
And what?
At some points.
That's something.
Pish posh.
Pish posh.
Doesn't matter. They're pretty much different place every night.
How do you translate conons?
Trying.
Trying. Okay. Future active is good for that one. Can I get a future active participle from Michaela?
Maybe.
Future actives are the ones where you take the fourth principal part and then you stuff
tourist.
and then you stuff a UR. Yeah.
I always get the future is the future active of this one and the infinitive pretty much the same thing, just not the essay.
Say it again.
This is the exact same. The future active of this and the infinitive is the exact same, just minus the essay.
Yeah, a lot of them are just is the essay on it or not.
Okay.
That's the difference. Okay, so conatus, and that one's gonna mean Evan.
Will try. Will try.
About to try.
Oh,
About to try. We'll try.
We'll try.
Thank you,